So I'm going to give you a series of facts that are undeniable, that affect your life and my life. All right, I'm going to tell them to you. We're going to put them up on the screen. For the thousands listening on the radio across the country, I will slow down my presentation so all of the words will seep in. Now, these things I'm going to tell you are not debatable. There's no debate about them. You can make excuses, you can rationalize, but they are reality. So, under President Biden, food prices are up 20%. Gas prices are up 47%. Mortgage rates are up 160%. Home insurance rates up 60%. Car insurance rates up a whopping 125%. Real wages that you are paid in the workplace down 2.24%. They were up about 7% under Trump. 49% of American adults live paycheck to paycheck. 50% of American adults have less than $500 in the bank in savings. Now that is grim, G-R-I-M, grim. Biden can't deny it. He'll make excuses. He'll blame Trump. He'll do what every politician does. Can't deny it. 3.5 years, not much improvement anywhere. People have to pay their bills to live. By that barometer that I just gave you in stone, Biden should lose like Jimmy Carter lost in 1980. Reagan wiped him out. I think Carter got 82 electoral votes or something like that. It's the same thing with this big exception. Americans liked Ronald Reagan. Millions of Americans do not like, personally, Donald Trump. Okay. Even worse or more frightening than those stats, because they're already reality, we're living with those stats, is the specter of the future. Joe Biden says openly that he wants to raise the corporate income tax in the United States from the present 21% to 28%, 7% higher. That would bring the average corporate rate, when you add in state taxes, to 32%. Almost a third of their profits would go to government. That will devastate the American economy because the corporations, the companies that make our food, our fuel, and everything else will pass that cost to the consumer. This is basic economics, okay? The consumer can't pay any more in the marketplace. So there will be an economic catastrophe should Biden get that corporate income tax raise. And he wants to raise taxes on individual Americans as well. But he said nobody under $400,000. That's a bunch of crap because, as I just said, any corporate tax raise comes back at the people who have to buy things. Unless you grow your own food, unless you make your own fuel, pump it out of your backyard. So there shouldn't even be any debate about it. President Biden and his progressive administration put this country in a terrible place. I'm not wrong. I mean, I usually say, am I wrong? I'm not wrong. These are the facts. Now, in any worthwhile debate, what I just said would be what the moderators would say and concentrate on. Now, CNN's not going to go anywhere near that because CNN is rooting for Joe Biden to win. Now, you Trump supporters who say, oh, Biden's going to get the questions in advance. Oh, Biden's going to be on narcotics. Oh. That's just Land of Oz stuff. He's not going to get the questions in advance. Maybe he'll take a substance. Could happen. Adderall, something like that. But nobody's going to be able to prove it. Nobody. So why bother? Why bother with any of that nonsense? Just right here, if you're a premium or concierge membership at BillO'Reilly.com, you get a transcript of what I just said. Get that transcript. Order that transcript. It'll come right to you. And you'll have it between now and Election Day. It's not going to change. It's going to get worse. These grocery store prices aren't going to go down. Gas might, depending on the amount of refinement and all that. That could go down a little bit. Food's not. Okay? And they're shorting you in the packages also. We're getting hosed so bad as consumers here. And I would say most Americans, 95% of them, have no idea. Because not only are they charging you more for the food, they're giving you less. Look at your cereal box. All right, look at all the stuff you buy. It's 10, 20% less than what you used to get. And all of this is because Joe Biden wanted a progressive economy. What is that? He wants the federal government to control the private marketplace. So he attacked the fuel companies, the American fuel companies, first day in office. And that was a chain reaction across the board. Transportation, farmers, everybody had to pay more, okay? And pass the cost along to us, the people who buy the stuff. You know, you're looking at fast foods now. Those prices are up, what, 40, 50% for a burger, for a taco, whatever you're getting in there? Because they got to pay more to get the stuff into the store. This is all under Biden. All Trump has to do tonight is one thing. When I left office, inflation was 1.4%. You should say that 100 times. But again, people aren't, you could present this to any Biden supporter you want. You can hand them my stats, even though we sourced every one, because when you get the transcript, you'll see the source on it. They won't believe it because they don't want to believe it. They don't want to. No, they won't. You can't force them to. And that's why if the election were held tomorrow, Trump would win. But millions and millions and millions of people would vote for Biden. It's not going to be Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan. It's going to be much closer than that.